If I could turn back the clock and revisit my dating days, this would be what I would make every single time I had someone over. What's not to like? Look, macaroni and cheese is one of those comfort foods. You make a good macaroni and cheese for somebody and they say, oh my God, they love me. They care about me. That's true. You make short ribs for somebody and they go, oh my now, I'm impressed with that. But now you put the warm, comforting, gooey deliciousness of mac and cheese with the elegant and oh so satisfying short ribs. You know what you get? Yeah. That's what you get. Can't say that probably. That's what you get. That's what's going to happen. It's magic. This is a magical combination that by itself will be hot dogs and macaroni and cheese. We've all had that, right? You've had that, yes? Oh yeah. Yeah. Classic combination. You love that. So this is not that much further away from that, except it's so much better. It's so much more unctuous. It's just fantastic. We start with the short ribs. We're pressure cooking. I didn't say that. We're pressure cooking. This all of this, 1 hour. Short rib mac and cheese from zero to everything in about an hour. Please, please. We start with the short ribs. That is 3 pounds of short rib, bone in. See that? That's a bone. There's some fat that we're gonna clean up right now, but they're actually quite nice. Look at this marbling. These are beautiful, these are prime. You can't, I mean, come on, this is some pretty stuff here. And we're gonna make them prettier, aren't we, boys? Yeah. But I do wanna get rid of some of this fat. So, and I'm gonna use the Stanley Cooking Guy 8-inch boning knife that we playfully refer to as the boner. And you could use any knife on this, but I will say having one at this small point right here lets you get underneath some of this fat easily. And so here's what we're just gonna clean these kids up a little bit. See, this is silver skin. Now, the fact that we're gonna put these into the pressure cooker means that they're gonna end up being really tender after, but if you don't have to deal with the silver skin, you're gonna be better off. But you don't wanna take much meat off. You see these fibrous strands? This is what you don't really want, so.
I guess that's why the boner's perfect.
The boner's perfect for this. So I'm gonna do a little bit on the ones that need it. And you don't really have to sit there and watch the whole time because you're gonna get bored, that's for damn sure. Give me a second, I'll be back to begin the next phase. Now, out they come, and that's the bone side. I don't worry, I'm not concerned about that. But we do want to season them before we start to throw them in the pressure cooker. So just a little BFF, just all the way around. And by the way, the pressure cooker is on saute, which is essentially high, because we're gonna throw these kids in and get a little color on them. It is not 1000% mission critical. Okay, but it is. You're just gonna add to the flavor by browning these guys first. So do it. Perfect, in we go. Good splotch of oil, like that, and in we go. Very nice. You're gonna have to do this in batches because if you try and fit everybody in now, it's not gonna work. So take your time. You want good color on the sides that matter, and that's not the bone side. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides you can deal with. Take your time, let them get purty, take them out, do the rest. So it's been, what, a minute or so? There you go, that's what you want. Just like that all the way around. That will make me happy and it will make you happy. So just keep turning, browning, turning, browning, turning, browning. I think you get it. Beautiful. When everybody's done, out they come. Keep it on saute, and you need about a tablespoon or so of oil, and that looks good. Now we're gonna dump in 2 onions that I've wedged up. They're gonna get about 3 minutes just to soak up a little bit of the flavors from the bottom. Moving on, we give it 2 things. About a tablespoon of tomato paste and about the same of garlic paste, or a couple cloves of garlic. And we give this a quick mix. We want that tomato paste just to start to cook a little bit. And now if you've been paying attention, you'll notice that we have developed a beautiful fond on the bottom. That's all this business right here. That's flavor. And here's how we're gonna get it up. One of the liquids we're gonna use in this is beef broth. So I've got some right here. I'm gonna add about a half a cup. And as this starts to bubble, you can see it releases what's stuck on the bottom. So use your spoon to get that up. You can start to add everything else. And here's what everything else is. Actually, at this point, I'm gonna kill the saute, stop that. In goes the rest of the beef broth, so it's another half cup, approximately. I'm gonna add about a cup of a dark beer. It should look like that. I'm using my cousin's beer, AleSmith. They're Clásico Oscuro, and that means dark in Espanol. I want about a tablespoon of smoked paprika. I want a couple, make that 3, chipotle peppers. beautifully smoked in adobo sauce. We'll just drop these guys in because the pressure in here is gonna turn them into basically nothing. We'll give it a little extra of that gorgeous sauce. We can give this a little stir, then put the short ribs back in, just like this. And you don't have to worry if they're not fully covered because the pressure is gonna take care of making sure they get nice and soft. I forgot something. A little soy paste, a couple tablespoons, just for a little beautiful richness. Try and give everybody a little mix. Tiny bit more beer. Lid goes on, we lock it. Turn it to high pressure. I want 5 minutes. It's set, and in about 10 seconds, it'll beep and it will start. This is important. You wanna make sure your little knob at the top is on sealing, not venting. At the end of 50 minutes, at the end of 50 minutes, it will start to naturally release the steam. When that's finished, these guys are done. In the meantime, we start our mac and cheese. As one would imagine with mac and cheese, you need some cheese, and this is smoked cheddar. So, grate away. We've talked about this before. There's something is added to pre-shredded cheese that you do not want in most of the things you're making. Not that it's terrible for you, but it just doesn't melt the same way. So we like to grate our own. And by using a smoked cheese, we're just adding one more little boost of flavor that is gonna be great. And our second cheese is also in the smoked family, and it's Gruyere. Do the same with this. Nice. We have one more cheese that we will introduce when it's time. Put this off to the side, and we'll start our little roux. We're making a little bechamel, this beautiful light little sauce base for our mac and cheese. And it begins with butter that needs to melt, all right? Melt, please, because we can't move on till it does. And now that the butter's almost melted, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of flour on top of the 2 tablespoons of butter. And we will mix this until it's smooth and just let it cook about a minute. It's just a dry paste at this point. And after that mentioned minute, we start adding milk. I've got whole milk here. I'm gonna add 2 cups of it, little at a time, because I don't want this to clump. So, add the milk, get everything smooth, add more milk, keep going. There's no need to rush this, just take your time. It's very comforting to stand, stir, become one with the pan. And while I'm here, we'll season a bit. Like about a teaspoon of garlic powder, a little mustard powder, about a half a teaspoon, and a nice pinch of our BFF. You can see it's beginning to thicken. You drag a spoon across a little spatula. You can see it takes a second to fill in. And I know you're thinking, well, Sam, it's certainly not thick enough to be a mac and cheese. Well, that's because the cheese has not been added yet. And I'm gonna do that now. When I'm happy with this texture, I'm now gonna kill the heat and start adding my cheeses. And this will be a little at a time, because if you add it all, it will clump. A little handful, and it goes. I love watching it just disappear into this sauce. I'm gonna put about a cup of each in and see where we are. And I'm gonna like where we are. This is looking about as nice as it could. So happy with it. Remember I said there was another cheese, and that is cream cheese for an extra little hit of creaminess. So I'm just gonna bust these into smaller pieces. When this is mixed in nicely, your next move will be adding the noodles to this. We'll be combining this beautiful cheese sauce with our noodles. My macaroni has been boiled. I use cavatappi. I like the curliness of it. I like the little indentations. I cooked it about a minute and a half less than the package said, because we're gonna do a little baked version of this. And now we're just mixing. Oh my God, look at this. Look, you don't have to bake it. You could just take spoons and eat it right out of the deal with the thing and the stuff. But that's not what we want today. Remember, it's date night. We're elevating. We want that person of yours on the other side of the table to be so moved by your efforts. Who wants a bite of that? Goodness gracious. I want a bite of that. Okay, your mac is done. Just want to make sure it's mixed well. And when it is, we take a little out, get yourself something nice to put it in, and load her up. Good God, man. Let's not forget, there's short rib coming to go on top of this business. But wait, don't stop there. We take a little burner, we turn it on so we can melt a little bit of butter. We're doing this right, ladies and gentlemen. And as soon as it's melted, we put this down and we add some panko breadcrumbs and we mix. You want to make sure they coat well. This is going to give us that beautiful crispy top we so deserve. I mean, to me, this is the hallmark of a nicely handmade mac and cheese. This guy comes back and over we go. There you go. Perfect. It's cooked. It's going in the oven just enough to brown. And at 350, that's probably 20-ish minutes. But here's the thing. I've got 16 minutes left on the pressure cooker. When it gets down to 0, it will start to naturally release the steam. And that's probably 15 minutes by itself. So when that hits 0, this goes in the oven. When that releases, out comes the short rib. Out of the oven comes this. We take the short rib, we go, and then it's all over but the eating and the crying and the because that's coming. And we're there. The steam has released itself, and that's what we have. The smell. But here's the fun part. Ready? That's what all this is about. Holy God, man. Look how it's shrunk away from the bone, and you can just do this. That is less than an hour. Less than an hour in a pressure cooker gives you beef like this. Oh God, it's hot, but I want to have a bite. It's freaking majestic. It's heaven. It's fantastic. I'm getting my mac, and we're building. Oh, just putting some on top. It is so good. Well, here we go. There's our beautiful, with just a gentle little crispness on top. And now on top of that, oh, look at this, ladies and gentlemen, is what dreams are made of. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what wet dreams are made of. That might have been inappropriate. And just a little of the broth and this. Shoo, 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 shoo. Damn. And unctuous. The bite needs to be some of both. Oh God, the steam, the cheesy sauce, the bite. Oh my God, I'm getting the mac, and then, oh. And don't forget, there's the chipotles in this, and the beer, and the... I don't even know anymore. I just don't know. I don't know what to say. I know I should say. I should tell you to hit subscribe if you haven't. Become part of the family. Me, Max, Chance. It's us. And you. And tell us in the comments below what you'd like us to make, because we only want to make what you want. Oh, the crisp on the mac. It's lovely. Somebody made this for me, I'd be over the moon happy. I'd marry them right there, right on the spot. They wouldn't even have to ask. I'd just be like, I want to marry you if this is what I can have all the time.